Tokyo. Directed by Bong Joon-ho, this surreal short film takes on a uniquely Japanese phenomenon known as hikikomori. The hikikomori are modern-day hermits who seek total withdrawal from society, often due to societal pressures. They experience extreme degrees of isolation, cutting off contact with even their own families. Our protagonist falls into this category of hikikomori as well.
って言うなら引きこもりだ。
Indeed, having been shut in for 11 years and living off the money his father sends him, our protagonist has had virtually no human interaction with anyone, not even eye contact with the delivery men. But when he does, his world is quite literally shaken to the core. This mystifying scene is just the beginning. Shaking Tokyo is a fascinating social commentary riddled with metaphors and symbols. At its foundation, it confronts human nature and behavior, which it does expertly through the handling of two big themes: technology and its relationship with humanity, and the importance and power of human connection. The first theme that we will be exploring is technology and our relationship with it. In the film, the telephone is the most crucial piece of technology to our protagonist. It is his only point of contact with the world. All his needs are satisfied through its use, which gives him no reason to leave the comfort of his home.
ベルが鳴る。ドアを開ける。受け取る。金を払う。ドアを閉める。配達人とは絶対に目を合わせない。土曜日には必ずピザを注文して食べる。
いつもそうやって人の顔を見ないんですか？
そうだ。
Arguably, without the telephone, the protagonist could not have spent such a long time at home without any human contact. Technology allowed him to shut himself off completely from the world and let him survive 10 years in isolation with not even an eye contact. Parallel to our daily lives, with the help of technology, we can easily get what we want with just a click on the phone, which lessens the necessity for us to physically take a step out and interact with the outside world. Technology has progressed to such a state as to replace human interactions. But let this not fool us. Nothing is quite as powerful as the strength one human can put into another. This leads us to our second point. Suffocated by society and, well, other humans, he had resigned to a life without any contact, thinking it was the only way he could ever live. Yet, it was contact with another person that brought him out of this shell. The very first earthquake in the movie results in the pizza girl fainting in his house, which understandably causes him to freak out. Let's talk about the symbolism of the earthquakes for a moment. Every earthquake in the film results in pivotal changes in the characters. In this case, the first earthquake brought about his first physical contact and human interaction in 10 years.
押した。ここは本当完璧。
Feeling understood and acknowledged, this interaction seems to have sparked something within him, for he wishes to experience the human connection again. Imagine the devastation he felt when he found out that she herself had become a hikikomori.
永遠に家から出ないそうだ。
He then decides to sail by himself to find her. Remember, he has not placed a single foot outside of his house in 11 long years. This decision itself is pretty significant. Hikikomoris buried the emotions for a long time. With no one to interact with, the emotions are repressed. Hence, the physical contact with the girl came as a shock to the protagonist and shook him out of his element. It takes him some time to summon the courage and strength to do so, but he takes that first step outside. This is the power of human connection. Despite the long years locked away from the outside, the connection that he found with another person let him break free out of his shell twice. Once physically, as he is empowered to step out of his house, his sanctuary in order to reach the girl. The second time mentally, as he realizes that he is not the only hikikomori, or even one of the few as he may have thought previously. In a rather ironic twist of events, he has broken out while everyone else has become trapped in. While this film might be peculiar and mind-boggling at first, it delivers its message symbolically. Today, technology has infiltrated every part of our lives, and we are constantly scouting different ways to harness it. Technology is often touted as a way to replace human functions. But if there's one thing that the movie wants us to know, it is that technology can never replace humans and the precious connections that we form with one another. Nothing can. These connections hold the immense power to both turn someone into Kikomori and pull a person out of that state.